Sup baby girl, welcome back to Let's Play the Battle of Olympus. I'm fired up for this one because today I'm going to show you a secret that you won't find in any walkthrough on the internet. We'll get to that later though. Right now I need to open up a secret passage, but I'm not going to go down it yet because there's another secret over here. If we strike this pillar, we knock down the Trojan pitcher. It's like a bottle in Zelda games. You fill it up with nectar, and if you use it, it restores your health. Whoa, wait a minute, it's dark in here. Turns out that the fire staff does have a use. If you use it in any dark room, it will illuminate it. Alright, we've already found the Laconia God's Temple. It's Poseidon. He's gonna sell us his ocarina for 60 olives. Ugh. Yeah, it's required though. You need his dolphin to cross the sea. But we're not ready to cross the sea yet. There's one other thing that I need to take care of. It's entirely optional, but I'm going for 100%. It's not too far out of the way. Sup girl, I don't remember seeing you on the way in. If you talk to her, she'll give you a pretty good piece of information, but it's for something a little later in the game. In the story of the labors of Heracles, after he killed the lion and the hydra, Eurystheus accepted that he could kill pretty much any beast, so he decided to take the labors in a different direction. And I think that this game parallels that idea. Once you get out of the Peloponnesus forest, the game says, okay, clearly you have some skill, so it's time to open things up. Oh, dang it, that's one of my only complaints about the gameplay. You have to press up to throw fire, but you also have to press up to go through a door. So sometimes you're accidentally going to go through the door. But anyway, it's time to fight another Cyclops, and he's a little bit tougher this time. But fortunately, I'm going to do a much better job fighting this time. So you get him to throw the rock behind you, then you come up and stab him in the eye. And for defeating him, we get the third Ambrosia. Wow, our life bar's up to 20 now. And what's behind him? A fountain to fill up that pitcher. Okay, I need to backtrack, so I'm just going to edit it out. Alright, I had to do some olive grinding while I was backtracking. I stayed in the lower part of Laconia and fought those satyrs. I wanted to get to exactly 79 olives. You'll find out why very soon. By the way, there are two new enemies in this area, the eagles that drop stones on you, and the monkeys that lunge at your face. And now, out here on the sea, we also have these flying fish that jump out of the water. Anyway, yes, it's finally time to cross the sea, and I want to equip the harp here because we have a unique boss battle. You are hearing the enchanting song of the siren. It literally will lure you closer to her. But you can negate the effect by playing Apollo's harp. I'm having a little bit of bad luck in this battle. It looks like I'm stabbing her in the face. I don't think the hitbox is drawn right. Oh well, I'm not taking any hits. There, it took only 3 hits to kill her, I just kept missing. And what's our reward in this darkened cavern? It's another boss fight, oh come on! Against the 3 witches of Crete. They act a lot like the Wizrobes from Zelda games. And they don't come from the Heracles story, instead they're from the story of Perseus. They were blind, and they all shared one eye. And so after killing all of them, we get the Eye of Crete. Although it's not literally an eye, it's more of a mystical crystal ball. Anyway, it's an essential item, and it's the last thing that we needed to do in Laconia. Now here is where the fun begins. What are we supposed to do next? Well, there was a person back in Peloponnesus Forest who told us that once you get the Eye of Crete, you can use it in Argolis. Right here is the Sun Monument. So what you're supposed to do, what everybody before me has done, is you use the harp to call Pegasus, and he'll take you back to Arcadia, and from there, you go to Argolis. By the way, on the last screen, I wanted to show that if you blow the ocarina too early, the dolphin won't appear. You have to wait until the coastline is visible. But anyway, we're not going to Argolis. We're going somewhere that's designed to be impossible to access. The island of Crete. This is no joke. We are going to Crete right now, and we're going to do everything that you can do there. If you thought the Peloponnesus Forest was a maze, you haven't seen anything yet. The legendary labyrinth in the story of Theseus was on Crete, and I have to give the game designers a ton of credit because this thing absolutely qualifies as a labyrinth. We've got a bunch of new enemies around here and they're all difficult. First one on the floor are Amazon warriors. They come in tall and short varieties. Okay, use the pitcher. I was down to half a bar of health. Those green guys are ghosts. They take 3 bars of health off every time they hit you. And those guys on the ceiling are called shadows. If you try to avoid the Amazons on the floor, the shadows are waiting on the ceiling to give you a hard time. Fortunately, there's some relief around here. In this blue area, you go over to the right and there's a fountain. It restores all your health and you can refill your pitcher. Part of the reason I keep taking damage around here is that I have to keep glancing over at my notes to make sure I'm going the right way. But okay, this gold room is where we've been trying to go first. When we get to the end of this corridor, we'll find another god's temple. Now, I'm gonna make a save state here because I'm about to make a grave error. It's Ares, the god of war. He's gonna sell us a power bracelet for 80 olives. I have 79, that's good enough, right? What the? My sandals? Yes, he took the sandals away because I didn't have enough olives. So what I'm gonna do is go pick up one more olive and then I'll be right back. Okay, I loaded my save state and went back into the gold room. I fought one of those ghosts, got an olive drop, so now we have enough to buy the power bracelet. Ares isn't gonna tell us what it does, but it increases your attack by 100%. I didn't explain earlier, but the Staff of Fennel increases your attack over the club by 100%, and the sword increases your attack over the Staff of Fennel by 50%. When you add up all the math, our attack is 500% stronger now than when we had the club. Now, while I make my way through the labyrinth again, I'll tell you where we're going next. There's a person in Laconia who tells you explicitly, take the salamander skins and meet the witch Circe in Crete. And remember what the little boy in Argolis told us. If you make a shield out of salamander skins, it'll protect you from fire attacks. So when you find the red colored area, you found where Circe lives. Alright Circe, I've got 20 salamander skins, so go ahead and make me that salamander shield. 80 olives? What? Yeah, I have to go grind for olives here in Crete, so I'll be right back. Okay, I did it. I got 80 olives. So make me that shield. I had to grind for like half an hour. What? Now I have to wait? Nah, she's just jacking with you. See, I wanted to show something here. Even though she already made the shield, you still have 20 salamander skins in your inventory. If you leave the room without picking up the shield, you still have the 20 skins, but you'd lose all the olives. And of course you wouldn't have the shield. By the way, I camped out at this fountain to do my grinding. But anyway, here's the moment you've been waiting for. There's no way to get through this barrier. Or is there? Yes, I have just proven that you can sequence break this game. And now we have a boss fight against the Minotaur. Now I'm gonna admit up front that I'm not very good at fighting the Minotaur. I know there's a trick where you can trap him in the corner and repeatedly hit him over and over and he won't throw anything at you. But I just can't get the timing and the positioning down right. So I'm playing it more conservatively. I'm just gonna hop in, take a shot, and get out of the way. And it's gonna take 16 hits to kill him, so we're gonna be here a while. But it'll give me a chance to talk about the sequence break. I discovered it in 2005 on my own while making a tool-assisted speedrun for this game. What happens is that you need a particular item to dispel the barrier, and we don't have the item yet. And if you touch the barrier, it's instant death. However, whenever an enemy hits you, you have temporary invulnerability. And that invulnerability lasts long enough for you to cross over to the other side of the barrier. But the reason that you didn't see it in my tool-assisted speedrun is that the route ended up not being faster. You'll find out soon why it wasn't faster. But anyway, the story of the Minotaur was that it was imprisoned in the Cretan labyrinth by Daedalus, and later Theseus came along and destroyed the creature. So once again the game did a good job of incorporating the myth. Alright, we finally got him. So now we're going to get something really special, because this is supposed to be the last area of the game that you go through. Whoa, there's a lot of information here. Wait, 3 fragments of love? I haven't even heard what these things are. Lily! Sup, baby girl? Yes, I've done well. The way to Tartarus is open? I guess we're at the end of the game. Of course I'll come save you. Okay, disregard everything that you just heard. I'm sorry, Lily, but I can't come and save you yet. What we just got is the third of 3 fragments of Lily's love for Xavier. The first 2 fragments of love are the items that you're supposed to have to dispel the barrier. We got around that issue, but what we can't get around is the fact that you need all 3 fragments of love to open the way to Tartarus. I give credit to the programmers here for not being lazy. They probably never expected anybody to have only the 3rd fragment, but they still made sure to check that you have all 3 of them. By the way, the name of this giant is Talos, and just like in the myth, he is a protector of Crete. Now on this next screen is where Tartarus is supposed to appear, but since we don't have all 3 fragments of love, it didn't show up. So I'm gonna bounce, and I'll catch you cats later in Argolis.